Today's January 22nd, 2025. About 25 degrees outside. It snowed last night for the second time in South Carolina this year. We got about an inch of snow, which is unusual for this part of South Carolina. So everything's shut down. I'm about to take this Club Car Predator DS 459 engine swap out and do some donuts in the snow. I've already done it. I did it yesterday. It's pretty sweet. So I'm going to get it on video this time. I'm actually airing up the tires for less traction. I want to get as little minimal bit of traction as I can. I did it yesterday with flat tires. We're going to do it today with aired up tires. Then later on in this video, I'm going to put this back on there, and I'm going to try to put my gas tank on and get this thing almost buttoned up. It's, to the point where it's rideable comfortably, where I'm not sitting on a cinder block with two 4x4s on it. Here we go. Mind you, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. My clock's saying about 8:45. Everybody in the house is still asleep. So it's probably going to wake them all up. We're going to make a lap around the neighborhood too. Everybody in the neighborhood calls this project the rat rod. I call it the rat rod. Do a cold start. It's gonna blow some white smoke. Then I'll back it out of here, and that'll be it. Next time you see me be donuts, snow on the ground. See what she does on the road right here. There's a trail right there. Alright, so this here's the original fuel tank. I got a pulse pump that's going to go on the breather box on the carburetor. I'm going to show y'all installing all that. Right now I'm just cleaning this tank out. This is the tube that goes down in there. I've already unscrewed it. It just screws down in that hole. It's pretty nasty, as you can see. I'm going to try to run some air through this and see if I can blow that out. Might just be as simple as doing that, or I might just get in there with something, or we'll see. And there it went, just simple as that. It blew it straight out of there almost. Got a little bit hanging on in there, but most of that gunk just blew out of there. Looks pretty clear in there. I'm gonna spray this engine degreaser through there. Yeah, she's in there. Whatever that gunk is. That thing does not want to come out of there. Whatever that is, like a little hard piece of rock or something. When you're doing these builds, you don't have to you don't necessarily have to use the original tank, but I'm trying to make this as factory and stock, well, if you will, as you can. And the fuel tank, the original fuel tank holds like 5 gallons, so I'm thinking that'd be better. Alright, so I can't get it out with air, so I'm going to run these wires through there. These little number 16, 18 gauge wires. And there she goes, it's pushing up now. And there it went. So that's a pretty clean tube. And this just sticks back in there, but I'm going to run some air through it. That's it. I'm gonna bust this hose off of here. I'm gonna put new hose on it. And we'll go from there. Alright. So I got all the old fuel out of it. And I was gonna pressure wash it, but being it's 20 degrees outside and everything's frozen, I'm just gonna see about wiping it down real good with some engine degreaser. Maybe cleaning it up like this a little bit. Nope, ain't happening. Ain't doing nothing to it. And so I might not do nothing to it. I might just, the inside's clean. Might just let it be like it is. Take this bleach and put it on there, see what she does. A lot of times bleach will help with the mold. I cleaned my camper with it before. Yeah, that bleach is already cutting it. Let that sit on there for a second. We get a little wire brush or something. See if I can. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave this be. I mean, it's cleaning it. I don't even know if I need to use the wire brush. I don't know if you can see that, but bleach does wonders for mold and stuff like that. Mildew. Like I said, I've cleaned the camper several times with it. I'm gonna be quiet and start cleaning this tank so I can fast forward it. Alright, so that's it. That's all I'm doing to it. This tank ain't in the best of shape. I just use regular Great Value bathroom cleaner with bleach. Bleach is also always known to cut mold and mildew. You say, well, why did you clean the tank? Well, I cleaned the tank for one so I can see the level in the tank better when I got fuel in it. If you look right here, this tank's looking like it's cracking a little bit right here. But I don't remember having a leak. I could do all this and fill it up and it leak gas. You know, I don't know. I can't remember the last time this golf cart was run under its own power, you know, with this gas tank. So, this gas tank might be a dud, it might not be, I don't know. Come to this grommet right here, and this vent. This is so, you know, I don't know if you ever noticed these newer gas cans, gas tanks. They, and that grommet's about to rip out. Crap. Yeah, but anyhow, the new ones that aren't vented like they used to be, they, you'll leave them outside in your shed or something, and you'll come back and they're almost sucked in, you know, because they're not venting. And I guess the fumes or whatever is evaporating out of there. I'm not sure. I don't know what it does, but it ruins a fuel tank. Because enough times that thing compressing and closing, you know, it's going to crack. Let's just slip back in here like so. Really nothing holding it in there, it just holds in there under its own pressure, I guess. Under its own thickness, if you will. This pitcock screws down in there. That's that. She's back in there. We're gonna install the pump for the fuel. This here is the piece that goes on the carburetor, and it actually looks broken right there, so that's perfect. Anyhow, We're gonna put it on anyways and see what it does. It may work, it may not work. But I'm gonna use this factory air box. So we're gonna take this off like so. So that's the pump that goes on right there. It's broken, like I said, so I don't know how well it's gonna work. I didn't know it was broken, but now I do. So put this tubing on here. I don't have a small enough hose clamp, so I'm just going to use a tie wrap right now. Like so. I'm going to bring this around. I'm going to cut this so it's got plenty. Take it over there. I'm actually going to run it through right here like I seen the Car Performance guys do. Gotta put the carburetor back on. We're going to put this clutch mechanism that I bought, and I've modified my air box already to make it work. But you can use a choke cable on it now. So it's going to go on right here like this. And then this piece is going to be open. Alright, and then I'll just tie in a choke cable right here, and then I can actuate the choke manually. So that's that. Then your air box goes back on over that, but first we're going to plumb in this fuel pump. The little fuel pump I bought offline. I don't really know much about it. I know it says it's got a P right here. I don't know if you can see it. What's there? You see the P right there? So I'm going to assume that's for pump. And then each one of these inlets has got an arrow. And I'm going to assume that's the flow, the direction of flow. So I'm going to bring my line in from my fuel tank into here. And then it's going to come out of the carburetor here. I got the pump line hooked in from the pulse pump that goes on the carburetor to the fuel pump. I'm about to install this little hose coming off this valve. I'm going to install a fuel filter right out the tank. Fuel filters are usually directional. I don't know which direction is what, so I'm gonna look at another fuel filter I got, because it's probably got arrows on it. So this is one I had in the shop laying around. It shows me which direction that this one. Alright, so I got my pump hooked up. I use the clear hoses just so I can see the fuel going through. It comes up the top right there, hits the fuel filter, comes down, goes to the inlet, comes out, comes around underneath, goes back into the carburetor. This here is the pulse pump line that goes to the pump part. This here is my manual choke bracket that I bought. I'm actuating it by hand right now through this choke cable that I'm going to install on the front part of the golf cart. So that's where we are. I'm about to get it all hooked up and show you again. Alright folks, so I got it done. I mean, it's not done cosmetically. I'm probably going to put some tires on it and do some other stuff to it, probably paint it. Or I might not, I might just leave it like a little rat rod, you know what I mean? But I'm going to do a little walk around, show you everything I did. And that'll be it for this Club Car Predator swap. I got about, I'd say I got about $1,000. And I got a $500 motor, $300 in clutches, and about, let's say, $200 in miscellaneous parts. You know, the belt, just knick-knack stuff, the exhaust pipe. Maybe, probably less than that, but, so alright, I'm gonna do a walk around. So here it is. That rack was already on here when I got it. I got the cover to go over this hole. Basically all I did to finish it up was put the rear on it, and the rear's all beat up and all crappy. I might just leave it like this, and I mean, if I get $1,200 for this thing the way it sits, I'd sell it. I'm probably gonna put some lights on it, you know. Just old clunker, man. It's just old piece of crap body, you know. So I'm gonna take this seat off. So, of course, right there, you've already seen in the other videos. I forgot about the battery. The battery was $70, so maybe it is $200 in miscellaneous parts. But you've already seen in the other videos about that daggum brick that I was riding on here for a while. Scrape that up a little bit, but so if you look right here, I took the start button off of that red plate and I put it right here, and I got me a choke cable here as well. All that's in the previous videos, but I had to rewire all my stuff up. It's a little rat wiring, you know what I mean? I didn't have all the right stuff to do it. But all that wiring comes back around over here because I had to extend the wiring like 3 feet to get it up front there. Of course, here's the original fuel tank, and here's my fuel lines that I plumbed in yesterday. This here, of course, is just a vacuum line going from the pulse pump. It goes over there. It's in the video. The video I was doing about this is all going to be on the same video, but it cuts in and out because my phone was acting up, because my phone's always acting up. The phone's a piece of crap. I need a new phone. But this is our linkage cable. It works as it should. It just goes around front and rear, reverse and forward, and that's it. I mean, this is a done deal. Also, I was able to use the factory air box. Everybody's saying you can't use the factory air box. Well, you indeed can use the factory air box, and I wanted to keep it as factory as I could because that's better for the engine. But I had to cut out this wood right here because it barely fits. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit taller than what the seat would be. And it may be because of how I mounted my motor in there. It may be, you know, I don't know. But anytime I ever do this again, I'm probably going to do another one with the 420 engine. I mean, the 459 is pretty sick, but I just want to see how the 420 works too. But like I said, this is the first one I did, so the 459 is what I went with because I wanted all the power. I mean, this thing is just ratty. I don't know who had this cart before my dad did, and I don't know how much my dad did of this, you know. I also added a little bolt right here so the pedal won't go to the floor, so it won't engage my throttle too much. But I removed the governor on this golf cart. That's just what I've seen people do. When I build my next one, I don't know if I'm going to remove the governor. But if I screw that bolt to the floor and I get it to where we can get more pedal, this thing will rip. It'll blow the engine out of it. So, be a cold start. Put it in neutral. The top's out about, I can get it up to 27, but I don't like the way the motor sounds when I get it up that high. It cruises good about 22 to 24, which is what my electric one does. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'm out.